This video is the second part of Sam's Tricks Student Guide. It will go into more details about races and hikes. To understand this video, you need to be familiar with Sam's Tricks main features and what a class, a race, and a hike is. If you aren't sure about it, we recommend that you watch the first two parts of Sam's Tricks User Manual and the first part of the Student Guide, which are available on this channel. Section 1. Races. We will start by going over the race card. The first time you see it, there might be an overlay reminding you of its main elements. Let's remove it for now by clicking the Got It button and have a look at it in detail. It shows the overall score in terms of stars, the name of the track the race will be on, the rules, and finally, the tricks you have to try to advance in the race. The color of these trick cards is important. If they are grey, it means the race hasn't started yet. You can see in the lower part of the race card the start and finish dates and times for this particular race. A teacher has the option to show a race which is upcoming, allowing students to train on its tricks before the competition begins. We will now jump forward to a time when the race has started. You can see that the tricks cards are now blue, meaning that you can try them to advance the race. Before trying those tricks, we will have a closer look at the rules. The first item is a rating which indicates the minimum score you need to achieve to validate a trick in this race. To illustrate this, I am going to try this trick and get a performance of 3 stars. You see that it now shows on the card and my overall score has been updated. However, as my performance was below the minimum rating shown in the rules, the trick is not yet validated and the card is still blue. I am now going to try this trick again and get a performance of 4 stars. As my performance is above the rating given in the rules, it validates the trick for this race and its card has turned green. I can now move on to the next trick and try to validate it by getting a performance of 4 stars or higher and so on. The next item in the rules shows you how many tricks you need to validate to finish the race. Here, you need to validate 6 tricks, the green cards. Once you have validated enough tricks, you will have finished the race and the card will update accordingly. Note that you don't have to validate tricks in any given order. In this particular case, any 6 tricks will finish the race. Races are competitive. In most races, your performance is measured by your running time, which is indicated in the lower right-hand corner of the card. This running time is the total amount of time you have spent trying to validate tricks for the race. Each time you try an unvalidated trick, it adds the time you have spent on it to your running time. Naturally, the running time is not increased by tricks done after you have finished the race, or if you try again a trick you have already validated. One thing to be careful about: if you abandon a race trick partway, you will suffer a time penalty. When the race ends, all students who finished the race are rewarded and the students with the lowest running time gain medals. The number of medals available for each given race is indicated in the rules. An item you should pay special attention to is the clock icon shown in the rules. This tells you how much extra time you're allowed to use. Finally, clicking on the I button at the lower right corner of the card will show some statistics about the race as well as the avatars of the front runners. Now that you know how races work, let's move on to hikes. Section 2. Hikes. Again, we will start by going over the hike card. Your total score is displayed at the top of the card. Below it, there is a set of panels, each representing a track which has been added by the teacher. On these panels, you can see the track title, your current score on this track, the maximum extra time you are allowed, and finally, an icon indicating whether the track is open or closed. Clicking on a panel opens it up, revealing the tricks it contains. While the track is open, each of these tricks will record a new star count, represented by green stars. Just like your individual star count, your green star count is the sum of your 3 best performances. Your total score is the sum of trick star count for all the tricks in this hike. I am now going to try a trick. On the track currently open, I see that I can add up to 5 seconds of extra time and my performance will still qualify for the hike. I choose to try this trick. I can see on the trick card that I already have earned 4 green stars from an earlier performance. Let's add 5 seconds of extra time and try it out quickly. I get 5 stars, which are added to my hike progress, and the lower section of the page displays a record of the performances which make up my green star count for this trick. When I close the trick modal, both the trick star count and my total score have been updated. Hikes are a non-competitive event. This means that students cannot see each other's performances. The goal is to build up your green star count as high as you can. This concludes the second part of Sam's Tricks Student Guide. We hope that it helped you understand more about races and hikes. The next part of the student guide will cover marathons, which are large competitions which can involve a whole school or more.